Okay, hello everyone. Just making this for YouTube, and this is just going to be another RuneScape news video. And yeah, I just wanted to make this video because just was reading some stuff online, and people don't really seem to be um, people don't seem happy or they don't seem happy about this membership and bonds price change. Um, there's a whole bunch of other YouTube videos and stuff and news you can read about this. But I'm just going to read this article and stuff and talk about what I think. But, um, there's membership and bonds price change. Um, active monthly grandfather rate subscribers unaffected by membership price changes. And it says, thank you for being a valued RuneScape member. Over the last 2 years, your support has enabled substantial updates like Leagues, A Masket, Thieving 120, and Return to the Desert series, and Group Ironman, as well as significant improvements to player support and anti-cheat. As we look to the future, the exciting roadmaps announcements we've recently shared are the biggest and most ambitious we've ever done, and all part of a wider shift to make RuneScape games even better, from enhancing our core systems to improving our supporting services and ensuring continued delivery of the kind of updates players value most. To support this, we're making some changes to our membership from April 9th, or your next bill date after this. The price of membership will be changing for 12-month memberships and 1-month memberships. The new membership subscriptions will be available at the new prices as of today, March 10th. Your price will not be changing if you are actively on a grandfathered rate monthly subscription. Any subscription started, sustained, and active use before September 27th, 2024. The price of bonds will also be adjusted in line with the 1-month membership prices. 12-month membership, formerly known as Premier, continues to offer our best annual value, providing 12 months for the price of 9 on average. So, I think that's fine. I looked at some other of the currencies and stuff, and I live in Canada, so my monthly, I just pay once a month. So I just have it set up. I just pay my subscription once a month. I don't get, they got rid of the 6-month membership package too, and they have the 12-month, the Premier membership and stuff. I just pay the once a month. You know, that works for me. But my, as the, talks about the grandfathered rate. My subscription is the same price. I've had a subscription for a while, and here's the whole thing about the 6-month membership package will be removed from sale as of today as we simplify our membership offerings. All existing 6-month subscribers will be unaffected and retain a 6-month rolling subscription until changed or canceled. So yeah, I think this is fine. I just seeing some of the stuff online and stuff. People are talking about how like they don't like it. They um, that's one thing really kind of with any kind of community of people that play video games. People are just not happy with certain updates. And I kind of understand that people don't want to pay more to play a game they're already playing, but um, I think the prices mostly won't change. Some of them will be different, but normally with RuneScape, like what people do if they're not playing all the time, people have their account and stuff, and then when they stop playing, they cancel their membership and they just take a rest from the game, and then they come back to the game when they want to play again, and they just renew their membership. So a lot of people do that all the time, like with streaming services, all that stuff. People are always, um, you know, people like get a streaming service for a couple months. They watch the shows they want to watch, and they just pause it or cancel it. I know that's like a feature on, I think it's on Apple, like the Apple's Play Store, not the Play Store. I don't know if it's a feature on Android. It might be. I'm not sure, but I've seen it on, I think, Apple. But you can pause your subscription. So it's like you can have your account and you just like go to your payment settings and stuff, or your subscription settings in the the App Store, and then you could just pause it. That feature's probably on Samsung, Google, and stuff like that. But yeah, people just pause their stuff when they're not using it. So I mean, I kind of get it. Like if you're always paying extra fees for membership and stuff, whether it's streaming service or video game, I guess people don't want to pay the extra fees. But I think this is fine. I mean, RuneScape has a lot of changes lately. They got rid of Treasure Hunter. They have a couple microtransactions. You can buy bonus experience. Um, you could buy bonds, and you could buy membership, and then you could, buy. They're working on a whole bunch of other stuff that they want to get rid of, like loyalty. I don't know if they're going to get rid of loyalty points, but they're going to try to remove auras and stuff or change auras. You can still have rune coins, so you can buy rune coins, stuff like that. I don't know what they're going to do with loyalty points, but most people that play RuneScape, now that Treasure Hunter is removed, people just kind of like pay their membership, or they just use bonds and stuff to get free membership. I know bonds are quite expensive, like in real world money and also in the game, bonds are kind of expensive. But most people that play RuneScape, they just pay their membership and they just play the game. So I kind of understand people don't want to pay the extra fees and stuff, but again, Jagex is a company, um, and I'm not trying to defend Jagex and say that they're like the greatest company in the world. All companies that do microtransactions and stuff, they're trying to make money, but removing Treasure Hunter and stuff and changing microtransactions, they're not making as much money. The new CEO did talk about that, um, and they're going to lose a bit of money, but to make some of this money back, not make the money back, but to just have a better, as a company, you're going to have financial stuff, and they have people that do their quarterly earnings and stuff, and they got investors and all this stuff. They pay taxes, so they do have to make money as a company. You do want to be profitable. Um, so yeah, removing all these other microtransactions and just increasing the membership, I think I think it's fine. Just having monthly membership, removing the 6 month membership and having monthly membership, and having the 12-month membership, I think is fine. And I think they still have the 12-month membership. It used to be known as Premier. I think they are changing Premier membership and stuff, but you can still get the um, 1 month or 12 monthly. That's fine. And even with these changes, like people still get their subscriptions for what they paid for. Because Jagex is a company, like any company, if you change something, you do have to refund people. Like I know Jagex wants to change some of the cosmetics and stuff in the game, and if someone paid money for that, like you'll get a refund and stuff. Um, and I don't know if it's a refund, like I don't think it's a refund through your payment method or whatever. I know they can do that and stuff, but people always have different payment methods and stuff. People, like if you're using PayPal or a Visa or whatever, there's always updates and stuff to those. People get new cards, new banks, all that stuff. So you could get a refund, like on your card or something, your Visa, but or through PayPal or whatever. I think RuneScape does PayPal, but I have no idea. But you know what I mean, like whatever your payment method. Um, you get a refund, I think, for certain things, like through like with money. But I think normally like Jagex will just like kind of refund you with something in the game if it's like a lot older and stuff, and they couldn't refund it through like a payment method. But here's the grandfather terms and stuff. I already read through some of that earlier. Um, but some of the grandfather rates and stuff here, I think that's still good. Um, and yeah, just different changes and stuff. So, but yeah, like they said before, Jagex does have employees. This is a job. People do work at the company, and they have to make games, and add to the game and stuff. I know there's old school RuneScape, there's RuneScape 3, and then there's RuneScape Dragon Wilds. So they got 3 games. So they do need to have money and stuff to make more content. Um, so yeah, here's just some of the stuff. So better supports the ongoing investment we are making across both games, supports the cost infrastructure, upgraded systems, new content and improvements to player support, keeps RuneScape and old school RuneScape sustainable for the next 25 years, not just the last 25 years. So obviously by removing Treasure Hunter and microtransactions, they've lost some money, and having a bit of a membership increase, I think, is fine. You're still not too expensive. Obviously, I don't want to see membership prices be really expensive. Um, but it is, again, it is a company. They do have to make money. Um, and just talk about, expansions, MMOs, battle passes, monetization, stuff like that. They just, they believe in simple subscription-led approach that delivers incredible value while supporting continued improvement for our games and services. So, like I said, it's a company, they got to make money. And, even if the future, like if my membership changes, like if I have to pay an extra few dollars a month to play RuneScape, I think that's totally fine. And yeah, bonds, obviously, I don't think it talks about the prices. Oh yeah, here it is. Oh yeah, those using bonds or non-reoccurring payment methods will be contacted individually, so their options are clear. So the JX can give you refunds and stuff. Um, so I mean, I guess for new players, people don't want to pay the extra rates, I guess. But again, like I said, you can always play RuneScape for a bit, and you could pause, cancel your membership or whatever, and then come back to the game. Um, for me, I have the money to pay for membership, so I just set up my membership subscription, and then I just stay as a member if I ever want to go play some RuneScape or something. But I understand that other people don't always want to pay their membership all the time. Makes sense, only when they're playing. Um, and yeah, there's a lot of other texts and stuff. This is one thing here too. So in some regions, prices may increase at different rates based on these factors. So, like I said, there's different currencies, different countries, different types of currency. So there's different changes of percentages based on where you live. Um, Here's some of this stuff here. So yeah, it definitely got more expensive. Um, but here's the different. These are for bonds though. I mean, bonds have always been really expensive. So for me, I mean, I've bought in bonds a couple times just to like get some GP and stuff and upgrade my gear. Just because sometimes making billions of GP in RuneScape and stuff kind of gets grindy sometimes. I didn't want to do it. So, every once in a while I'd buy some bonds and stuff and upgrade my gear, buy some items and stuff. Or just buy some bonds sometimes just to, like have some extra, have an extra cash deck in my bank. But bonds have always been pretty expensive. I live in Canada, so these are the price for other countries, but bonds have always been kind of expensive. And I've bought in treasure hunter keys. I've bought in treasure hunter keys sometimes over the years. um, just to like I would train most of my stats. I just trained them. Had bonus experience, stuff like that, just playing the game. But certain skills, once I kind of got to the 90s and stuff, if I was just kind of get a 99 or something, I did buy some treasure hunter keys and stuff, certain promotions, get some experience lamps and stuff. But now with RuneScape, you can't do that. You just have to play the game, which I think is definitely better. But like when I used to buy 10 bonds, it was like $100, and then when I used to buy 20 bonds, it was $200. So now for me in Canada, if I don't buy bonds all the time. Um, and I'm not even. I've just been, if I do play RuneScape, it's just kind of like to make a video or something. I haven't been actually playing RuneScape right now. But if I want to buy bonds, it used to be 100 for 10. Now it's 120.99. And then if I want to buy 20 bonds, it is 240.99. So went up, $20 to $40 for bonds. And yeah, that's really about it for this. That's it for this article. So um so yeah, I think definitely those are expensive. When it comes to RuneScape, I'm just gonna you know I'm not playing RuneScape right now. But in the future, when I play some more RuneScape, um, I'm not gonna buy a whole bunch of microtransactions and stuff. That is getting the bonds are getting expensive, and even if you buy 20 bonds or 10 bonds, that's only 1 to 2 bill. A bond, I think in RuneScape right now, is like, I'm not sure about old school RuneScape, but RuneScape 3, like a bond is like, I think 100 to 110 mil they sell for right now. I think I haven't checked the Grand Exchange in a while, but if you spend a couple $100, you're only going to get a couple $1 billion. So it's still okay if you want to do that and upgrade your account stuff, get some GP or get some rune coins from the bonds or increase your bank space, things like that. But um, or trading bonds with other players, like whatever you're doing, getting free membership, stuff like that. Um, but when I go back to playing RuneScape and stuff, I'll just, you know, um, I'll just, I'll just play the game. I don't plan on buying any more bonds or anything. I just got my membership that I pay for, and that's really about it. There's no treasure hunt or anything like that. I'll just when I come back to play RuneScape, I'll just play the game and I'll just get the levels and do the content stuff that I want. I'm not gonna. There's no other gear upgrades or anything I want to get. Um, for Yeah, there's no gear upgrades or anything. My cash stack on RuneScape right now, I think it's like it's like almost 1.3 bill, something like that. So I got a little bit of extra money and stuff for if I want to get some skilling supplies and stuff. Or just, just have money to spend if I need to buy stuff. Um, like the last thing I logged in RuneScape a couple days ago just to do an upgrade quickly. Just because I haven't done Slayer in a long time, and there's a spectral lens. So I logged in and I bought the spectral lens on the Grand Exchange for like 17 mil. Then I just did the Ensoul spectral lens necromancy ritual. I just did that quickly, and then I got the Ensouled spectral lens. I just added it to my corrupted Slayer helm. So now the Slayer helm works for necromancy and the other styles and stuff. But when I was like training necromancy and stuff and doing all the like just leveling up and upgrading my gear and all that stuff with necromancy, I wasn't doing Slayer or anything, so I never thought to add the spectral lens to the Slayer helm. But I seen that in another video I was watching on YouTube, so I did add that into my Slayer helm. So if I ever want to train some Slayer and stuff with necromancy, it works necromancy and the other combat styles. So that's really cool. But that was the only thing I did on RuneScape. Just quickly upgraded that. Logged in like a couple days ago. But but yeah, just yeah, like I said, like when I play some more RuneScape, I'm not gonna, there's no, I already have all my upgrades and everything that I want in the game, so I'm not gonna be buying bonds or anything to upgrade my gear. I have all my stuff set up on my account, so if I want to go play, I can just go to the bank and you know load up my different presets, stuff like that, with different combat styles or skills or whatever, and I can just go play the game and just level up and stuff, get experience. Um, but yeah, I mean the price increase is definitely that's definitely the membership thing. I think is okay. As long as Jagex isn't increasing membership all the time, but the bonds are definitely those have gotten expensive. Even before I thought bonds are expensive, like whether it's you're playing the game and just got RuneScape gold, like coins in the game, or you're paying with real world money. It's definitely expensive. And even other games that I've played, like even on Xbox and stuff, some of the microtransactions are kind of expensive. I don't buy that many, but like for Skyrim, I replayed Skyrim like I think like a year ago. I still have all my save files and stuff for Skyrim. But I bought a couple paid mods and stuff, and they were really fun. I do have a I do have a Skyrim video on my YouTube channel. I uploaded that a while ago. Um, if people want to watch that or anything, but um, yeah, like Skyrim, like Bethesda's paid mods and stuff, and some of them were uh pretty cool and stuff. But I definitely noticed some of the prices on like even Bethesda, like some of their microtransactions, like Bethesda's really expensive. Like some of these paid mods are like $5 to $10, and you can't just buy a certain amount of credits. You have to like buy the bundle and stuff. So it's Bethesda. They get more money out of you, and then you have like these extra credits. What they want you to do is they get the extra money from you. You buy the paid mods and stuff, and then you also download some free mods, and then you have credits left over, and it's like, oh, I need a couple hundred more credits, and you go buy the bundle again. So I or it's something like it's like Ubisoft. Like when I was playing over the years, playing the different Assassin's Creed games, I did notice there was some of the microtransactions with Ubisoft were really expensive too. So I just like I don't mind some microtransactions here and there, but like as they get more expensive, I'm not interested in spending that much money on games all the time. But RuneScape, some of the stuff is getting more expensive. I think like with all the prices just shown there. RuneScape's getting more expensive. Some Bethesda stuff is definitely more expensive. Ubisoft stuff's expensive. Some of their microtransactions. Um, but I understand like they are companies, like they want to make money and stuff. They have employees, like that's their job. They make games and stuff. But When you raise the prices too much, people just don't want to pay the prices for them. Um, and then that's really about it. People just like, some people just might not play the game or buy games for certain companies and stuff. So, but people are still playing RuneScape and stuff right now. So I think the membership increase is okay as long as it, like I said, doesn't go too high. And then I think the bond increase is okay. It's definitely a bit expensive though. Um, but I don't buy microtransactions all the time. Um, but even like I said, like with Xbox and stuff, like Ubisoft, Bethesda, like some of their microtransactions are pretty expensive. Um, so like I said, I think it's okay. I understand why people aren't very happy with the price changes. I get it, because people have different financial situations in life. Not everyone has the same level of education, and not everyone has the same level of income with their finances and stuff, right? Not everyone's a business owner. Not everyone has, a master's degree or a bachelor's or a PhD. People don't have all that stuff. Um, people just people just find jobs that they like, and they just kind of make the money that whatever the job pays, kind of a thing. Some people kind of go to school and stuff, and but then there's debt and all that stuff, and then people, you spend the money on school and they upgrade and stuff, and then they try to get a better paying job and stuff, or have a career and stuff. There's always people trying to. Some companies have pensions and stuff. I think pensions are good, if you can get a pension at your workplace. But some places don't offer pensions. Or there's also like, um, people like the whole business thing. Like not everyone is a business owner, and most people that I've met don't want to be a business owner. It's like when you're a business owner, like you have to work all the time. So people don't always want to be a business owner. Business owner, people just want to be an employee and stuff, which is fine. Um, but yeah, people have different levels of income and stuff. People have some people are single, some people are married, some people have kids, some people don't have kids. Some people are step parents. Some people just have a ton of money. Some people don't have any money. Like just some people have debt. Some people are okay. Like some people live paycheck to paycheck, stuff like that. So I understand where like the community of people, like someone's just like living their life and then they like, go to play video games and it's like, oh man, there's like a price increase. Like, people just aren't very happy about that. I get it, but I also, understand that, like I said before, I'm not defending Jagex or these companies like Bethesda, Ubisoft. Some of their microtransactions are definitely too expensive. But people just kind of want to play, they want to just buy the game, play the game, or they just like want to have a subscription or like whatever and just play the game. They don't want to have too many price increases. So, um, yeah, just thought I'd talk about like the different types of just kind of what I noticed like in the world and stuff. That's just kind of you know uh, people don't want to spend too much money on certain things, but also people like work for these companies, and then people have to, and there's investors and shareholders, all that stuff, and people have to like they got to pay their taxes. They're a business, and then there's like employees. They have to hire people, and yeah, it just takes a while for like to make video games and technology and stuff. So I think that people um, people just don't. Um, it's like the company's got to make money, but then it's like you have to like. I think this is okay with RuneScape. Like this is okay. I don't know if they're changing. I don't play old school RuneScape. I do like old school RuneScape. I think it's a cool game. I'm just not interested in playing it. But I don't know if they're going to change stuff on old school RuneScape with some of the old school RuneScape news. I've not. I think there is an old school RuneScape news website. I think you can go on there, but I don't play that game. But there are some microtransactions I think with like bonds and stuff and old school RuneScape. But um, it is like it's like they're trying to like they have a game in a community. It's like they're trying to like release their content, but they're also like trying to make money. And also as the world changes, like you look at the world financially, the economies and stuff. You look at the politics of things. It's just people, the currencies, like that chart I showed earlier, like just the currencies of different countries and stuff. Different, the different, the market, all that stuff. Like it's like there's just different financial situations based off, I guess, the politics and the economy and the trade of certain things in certain countries. So, like I said, like there's all these different percentages increased with the price increases and stuff, but it kind of depends on where you live and stuff, to based on just the economy of where you live and stuff. So, um, So yeah, just wanted to like talk about that. But like I said, I think this is fine. As long as they like if they don't increase it even more, like they say like this price increase will help sustain RuneScape for the next 25 years. That's really cool. But I think people would be like just annoyed if they like increased it again. Like I think if you do this price increase and stuff, and then people can kind of just adjust to this price increase, like that's okay. But if Jagex like continues to increase the prices and stuff, I think people will just like not want to play the game. And that's kind of how it is like with any game, like any other MMO. People, there's if it's too expensive, they don't want to play the game. If there's too many microtransactions, they don't want to play the game. Or even on console, PC, like I said, other companies have microtransactions. If there's too many microtransactions or it's too expensive, people just don't want to play it. So, um, just I think these companies like they got to make money, but it's also like you got to support the fan base, and you have to like have a balance of like what's affordable for people, around the world and stuff in different economies, and um, you know, how do you make money and still be profitable, but still have like a good video game product and stuff where it's like people can say, hey, that someone people make money and they're like, hey, I want to buy a video game or I want to pay a subscription, like kind of stuff like that. But it's like streaming services. I know I don't have very many streaming services, but there's streaming services that I think are like really expensive, or some of the bundles you could buy. Like some of the streaming services are like just really expensive. And for me, I was like, oh, that's just I'm not going to watch that many TV shows or movies. I was like, I'm just not going to get that subscription. So, you don't want these video game companies to kind of turn into like subscription companies where it's like they're always increasing prices and stuff, or it becomes too expensive. So, I think having a balance, it would definitely be good for um, the, the the player community, and people playing the game, and just make it affordable and stuff, where it's still can make your money as a company. You can have your employees make the content and stuff, but it's still affordable for the fans and the community that play these video games. So yeah, that's all I got to talk about in this episode of I shouldn't say episode or whatever, but I guess I call them episodes, but that's going to be it for this episode of RuneScape News. So yeah, I just wanted to make this video and just talk about some of the news here in the game. And yeah, this is definitely a fun video to make. So yeah, that's all I got to talk about. So I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace out.